Yeah, hello guys, Alan Josh and I welcome you once again to the LearnUp TV. Now it gladdens my heart every time to hear the reports of the very beautiful people who are constantly being blessed by the contents that come out of this channel. I'm so happy about it. And if you're new on this channel, you want to join the league of these very happy people by hitting the subscribe button and then hit the notification button, and let's just take this ride together in this journey of a beautiful life. Okay, so I think this will just be the last point I intend sharing on this whole topic or series of building consistency. I've talked a whole lot about it. If you're new or you have not watched the previous videos, kindly go ahead to watch the videos. The links to the videos should be somewhere at the description section of this particular video. So in this video I will be talking about something, and it resulted from some of the discussions I had with a young man just a few days back. At every point in time I have a group of people I work with on personal development, and challenges come every now and then, and from there it helps me to also learn about how things work with humans. You see, in this journey towards building consistency with anything, okay, at some points you will falter, okay. Yours is you just keep moving. I know I shared earlier one of the clips on why you need to forgive yourself as quickly as possible and move on, and that is very important, and this is more like an addition to that, something that will make it easy for you to easily get back up. Like, okay, this particular young man happens to be one of the guys I help in building themselves up personally. One of the things he wants to be doing, he is a Christian in this particular case, so he loves to pray and he loves to study God's word, and then he prays and studies very consistently, very well. He has a certain number of hours he prays and how much of the Bible he reads consistently, and suddenly I think some issues of life came and became distracted, so he couldn't pray for some length of time. Now to pray again become an issue, and then to read Bible became an issue, and he thinks maybe he's having some spiritual attack that is preventing him from praying. But I don't believe many of these things have anything to do with spiritual attack. A lot of times, I mean, maybe somebody is spiritually working to ensure you don't pray or you don't study, maybe one falls from the village. I believe a lot of times it has to do with not understanding how these things work. And I share some things with him, which is some of the things I'm going to be sharing here. You see, when you try to be consistent in something and you falter, if you live in that state for too long and you don't come back up, it will get to a point where it will seem like you are back to the 0 point you were a long time ago. Say maybe it took you a year to arrive at a point of consistent growth, and suddenly something distracted you and you couldn't just go on again, and after a couple of days you couldn't still go on, and it looks like you couldn't even do 10% of what you used to do. So it looks like you were just back to where you were 1 year ago. Now it could be discouraging if you don't understand these things I'm about to share with you. It could be discouraging because somehow you are thinking, I've wasted a whole year, it's going to take me another 1 year in order to get back to where I used to be. What I tell you is it's not like that. It doesn't often work like that. It doesn't always take as much time as it took you the first time. It doesn't always take as much time. If it took you 1 year to arrive at that point the first time, even if when you fail and you seem to have gone back to 0, okay, that time wasn't wasted. It will take you way less time to get to the same point, and you will have gone further in the same length of time. This is what I mean. You see, some years back when I was still in the university, I used to do push-up, I used to do some exercise, so I could do 200 push-up at the same time. You know, a lot of people found it quite incredible, because an average young person like I, struggle with even doing 10 at once, especially people who are not used to doing it, okay? So when I tell people I could do 200 push-ups, and then people were often surprised and wouldn't believe it until I go. And then before you know, you count 200 and I'm done. And that's one of the areas where I learned consistency, that consistency can do a lot. Now, I had been consistent with push-up for like a year, and after that 1 year, I was able to do 200 push-ups at a go. Okay, and that's just a part of things that really taught me the power of consistency. You can go any length with consistency. But you see, something happened in the course of time. As adulthood setting again and again, and responsibilities of life, and many distractions and demands here and there, it became so difficult to be able to have time for some of the things I used to have time for, like the push-up, as much as I used to have time for. So I didn't do push-up for a couple of months. I think running to about 6 months or thereabouts. And then one day I decided to go back to it. I couldn't even do 50 at a go. After 30, I was gasping for breath like I was going to die. Here was I used to do 200 at a go, now 30 push-ups at a time, and it felt like I was going to die. Now, these were some of the areas where I understood some of these concepts. You see, the principles of life are very few. The application in different contexts can be a little customized, but they are same in many regards. The same principle works even with prayers. I mean, we're praying, we're studying books and anything. If you used to study very well before and then you stop for a long time, when you carry book, it might be difficult to read, but after some time, you will quickly get back to where you used to be if you would just understand this concept. So in this case, I just kept on doing the 30. Sometime after the 30, I could do 20, then 10, and get tired. I might not even be able to continue like that. So then after a couple of days, I set the goal again, and then I went to 40, to 50. In no time, I think in a matter of like a month or less than 2 months, I was already back to doing 200 at a go. First time it took me a year to get to that point. Now, even after I had seemed to, defaulted and I seem to have lost every time I had spent, I didn't really lose the time. There was a strength stored up somewhere that it didn't take as much time. It took me 1 year the first time, but now it wasn't even taking me up to 2 months to get back to where I used to be. So, and that's how these things work. So if you're building consistency at anything and then it seems like you have failed, don't just leave there and hope and feel like you have wasted all of those times and you are not going to do it again because the last time it took you a year, it took you 6 months, and now you are even back to it. It's as if you're back to where you were. Now I can't afford to spend another 6 months. 6 months is another long time. It's usually not going to take you as long as 6 months to get back to where you were. And in the same length of 6 time, you would have gone farther than you were the last time. That's how these things work. So when you seem to default, like it will almost definitely happen, okay, forgive yourself as quickly as possible, like I shared in one of the videos. But apart from that, let this understanding drive your recovery process. Let it make your recovery process faster, and that's what it will do. It will help you recover very faster and get back up very faster when you understand this concept. It won't be long at all before you get back to where you used to be. So when you fail at being consistent, forgive yourself quickly, pick yourself up again, and just keep moving. You will soon be back to where you were, and you'll just be riding up higher and higher. I believe these are simple concepts, yet they are very, very powerful, and I believe you have been blessed by this. So if this video blesses you, or it has blessed you, it has helped you in any way, kindly hit the like button. And if you are new on this channel, please hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification button so you don't miss out on the other videos that we shared, and you'll be one of the first persons to be notified as soon as any new video hits this channel. We bring you valuable content every time. I can always promise you that we bring you again and again. So kindly help us share this video to many people. You'll be helping us by doing so, and you'll be helping as many people as you share this video to. It's a win-win after all. So kindly help us share this video. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, my name remains Alan Josh, and I'm going to be right back again in my next video. Have a great time.